In this final video, we're going to look at how we use queries to pull data in from these database systems, using some simple examples. Hopefully you've taken a moment and practiced using some of the SQL before coming into this, so you have a general understanding of how it works. But here's visually what we're looking at. Let's say that I have two tables here. I've got a sales and a customer. This customer number right here is my foreign key, and the customer number over here is my primary key. This is the thing that links these two tables together. That gives them a connection. In order for me to ask questions for these, I have to join them together and then look for specific things. We're going to start with the SQL syntax. In other words, the phrases that we can use in this very simple programming language. The syntax really includes three main functions. We have select attributes. And this is basically what I want to appear. From table. This tells me where the data comes from. And then finally, where criteria. And we use this to only show the data values I care about. Okay, so select attributes from tables, where criteria. So let's look at a couple examples. So here's a question. What were total sales in October? To write a query that will answer this, we're going to say, okay, I need to know the total sales. So I want to select the total. That means I have to do a sum function. And sales is going to be my amount field. So select sum of amount. In the select function, we can choose all the values, or we can choose mathematical operators as well. The amount shows up in my sales table, so I'm going to select sum amount from sales. And then I don't want all of these objects. I want to limit it to only the month of October. Where do I find October in the data? Well, there's no month, but there is a date, so I'm going to pull the date here. So where date, and then I'll use some functionality to limit the date, because I don't want all the dates. I want date between 10/1/2020 and 10/31/2020. So this last line will narrow the results to only show sales transactions for October. Then it will then calculate the total amount and show me the dollar value. This is how we would calculate account balances, for example. Let's look at another question. How many orders were there in each zip code? This one seems simple enough. Let's start with attributes. First of all, we need to know how many orders. So orders we're going to get from our order number. How many will be a count, because you want a number, right? And then we need zip code, which is going to be our zip from the customer table. So zip code and order number. As we're pulling from two tables, we're going to have to join them together using the primary key foreign key relationship. So this is what it would look like. Select. We want to select the zip and the count of order number. That'll give me two columns, one with each zip code and then the count for each of these. From tables. Here I need both tables, so I'm going to take from sales, and I want to join customer. So I have to combine them together or denormalize them. And it has to indicate where the primary key foreign key relationship. On, we're going to start with the foreign key, sales.customer number. That's my foreign key. Equals my primary key, customer.customer number. So this line will tell me to join those two tables on that primary key foreign key relationship. For the where, I don't need to narrow these results, so I can get rid of that. If I wanted to list it by date or specific customers, I could do that, but for now we'll just ignore that. One thing I'm going to add though here is that since I am doing this by each zip code, I'm going to add one extra line, and that is for a group by. And basically it says, for this count calculation, what do you want to count on, or how do you want to split that count? So I'm going to say I want to group that by zip code. That means that my resulting table will show two columns. I'll have the zip and I'll have the count. So I may have 15230 and 14 orders. 24116 has 26 orders, and so forth. So this is what my resulting table would look like. So these are a couple examples. In order to get good at SQL, you have to practice it. So using websites like SQL Bolt give you that experience. We will revisit queries as we work through several of the labs, and especially when we get into data analytics towards the latter half of this class. For now, make sure you've got a good handle on the basic syntax. Select attributes from tables where criteria. And that's it for this week.